Welcome into the In the Money podcast for Saturday, December 28th at Santa Anita. I'm Tom Leach, along with Jim Goodman, Keeneland's Director of Wagering Development. And Jim, they've got a bunch of stakes races on this Saturday card that was supposed to actually be the day after Christmas card, and they've had some bad weather, so they pushed the start of this Santa Anita meet back to the Saturday, December 28th card, and they've loaded up with a bunch of stakes races. We're going to take a look at the late pick four. And that starts in the 8th race with the Grade 3 Frankel on the turf at 1 mile and 1/8 for 3-year-olds and up. And jump into it there. Who do you like?
Well, when I first started structuring my pick 4 ticket, I almost singled Mirth, the 7 horse. I really like those last 2 races at Santa Anita, both at 1 1/4. So she's shortening up here, but I think the 1 1/8 suits her as well. She had a 6-length lead at the half-mile pole at the Breeders' Cup Filly Mare Turf. Faded at the end, got beat by 5 3/4. But the race before that, she won the Rodeo Drive at 1 1/4 and led wire to wire. Got a lot of speed, and Phil D'Amato's a very nice trainer. So I think Mirth here is going to be my favorite. When I get to pick 4, though, I'm also going to use a couple other horses. The inside horses, Tiny Tina, Phil D'Amato's other horse, which is another angle you can use sometimes. Flavian Pratt picks the horse back up after Franco rode her at Del Mar and Santa Anita the last couple of times. That's a huge plus. And Pratt won the last 2 times he rode her, so that's a big plus. And I'm taking the 2 Excellent Sunset, who Pratt does not get the mount on. Malta's put Rosario on this horse, so I think she's got a big shot as well. But I'm going to stand with the 1-2-7 when we get to pick 4. Mirth is my pick here, though. I think she can lead this bunch wire to wire.
Yeah, I see it the same way. I did want to have the 1 on my pick 4 ticket because Tina has 3 wins at Santa Anita, gets Flavian Pratt, nice rail draw there, an Excellent Sunset, I think it's got a shot. But Mirth, as a Grade 1 winner on this course, acquitted himself pretty well in the Breeders' Cup race as well. So I think Mirth is the 1, but I'm not going to single either. The 9th race is the Grade 1 Malibu, and I thought about singling Omaha Beach in here. He really probably should have won the Breeders' Cup race, and now I think gets a Grade 1 here. But I am going to throw Manny Wah onto the ticket, only on the angle of it's the first time for Baffert, and I've seen Baffert improve horses like this before, and the horse actually ran its best race by the numbers last time. So some more improvement. Maybe something doesn't break right with Omaha Beach, whatever. I'm going to have Manny Wah on the ticket just on the chance that something crazy happened and it could really boost up the price. But I think you could certainly make a case for singling Omaha Beach. Complexity ran a big one last time with that 101 buyer off the layoff. But I don't think he's good enough to beat Omaha Beach, and you're not going to get much of a price on him either, whereas you may on Manny Wah in a pick 4. So I'm going to use those 2 on the pick 4, but a strong opinion for me on Omaha Beach in the Malibu. How about you?
Yeah, I don't think you can beat him here. He's been working out of his skin, and all the clockers are saying he's better than he's ever been. So I don't see anybody beating him at 7 furlongs at Santa Anita, where he's 2 for 4 and with 2 seconds. Shame he missed the Triple Crown this year. We may be talking about a completely different situation with Triple Crown because he was good enough to have won it, and I think he's good enough to take this bunch easily. Complexity would be my second choice. I'm afraid that 101 buyer, though, a huge jump off of the layoff. He's got to regress a little bit coming to a brand new track. I can't take him. I can't take Roadster. Can't take Manny Wah, even though you make a good case on first-time Baffert, but not been facing anywhere close to the competition Omaha Beach has. So, singly Omaha Beach. If I miss him, I miss the pick 4, but he's a very strong single for me.
10th race, I think, is one where you can go deeper, maybe catch a little bit of a price. The Mathis Brothers Mile. Straight 3-year-olds going a mile on the turf in here. Got a couple of European invaders for the Glatt Barn. Who do you like in the Mathis Brothers Mile?
Well, I like Mo Forza, but I don't like him well enough to single. Peter Miller's tough out there, and the Hollywood Derby Grade 1 win last time out at Del Mar at 1 1/8 and shortening up to a mile, where he's had some success. But I'm also going to use a couple of horses on the one horse on the outside, Bob and Jackie, the 11 horse for Richard Baltus, who's 3 for his last 3, won the Eddie Logan at Santa Anita, and 2 for 2 at this distance. So loves this distance, loves Santa Anita. Got a big shot to knock off the favorite here. And then I'm going to use the other Baltus, Neptune Storm, 6-horse, ran 3/4 length behind Mo Forza. And you're probably going to get a much better price here. I think there'll be more difference than 9-5 and 3-1. You might get 5-1 on Neptune Storm, but I'm going to use him just because of the company he's kept and hadn't been out of the money since like forever. September of 2018, he's been in the money 10 for 10 in 2018. So consistent and always brings his race. And I think he's going to be there too. I didn't go any deeper than that. I'd have to use some of the European horses if I did that. And they haven't been running against that great a competition overseas. So I'm going to stick with the Americans here and go 3 deep in the pick 4 when we get to that.
I ended up taking a swing here with Kingley for Baffert, horse that might be the controlling speed, and he's 6-1 on the morning line. Only been on the turf 4 times, seemed to have improved when he switched to the turf, and only once in those 4 has he been able to run at this mile distance. And I think maybe that might be his best distance, and nearly won a grade 2 the first and only time he got to run a mile. So I'm going to try that horse for the win pick, but I'm going to use Mo Forza and Neptune Storm, and I'm going to use the 2 Euros and go 5 deep when we get to the pick 4, just on the mystery angle. They're both getting first Lasix, and I'm like you, they don't seem to match up as well on a class perspective, but maybe they move up with the change of scenery. So I'm going to include, if I include one, I figure I got to include them both. So I'm going to go 5 deep and take those 2. So that gets us through the final 3 stakes on the card, but the last race, a maiden claimer, 2-year-olds going 6 furlongs, finishes out the pick 4. So, Jim, just give me what your pick 4 ticket looks like, finishing up with this maiden claimer in the 11th.
Okay, my pick 4 in the 8th race, I start off with 3 horses. Tiny Tina, the 1, Excellent Sunset, the 2, and my top pick, Mirth, the 7. So 1, 2, 7. Singling Omaha Beach in the Malibu, the 5-horse. And then using the 3 horses I talked about in the Mathis Brothers Mile, the 5, 6, the 5, 6, 11 04s are the 5, Neptune Storm the 6, and Bob and Jackie the 11. I got plenty of money left. I'm going to just go throw them all in the maiden claimer. I think it's wide open. I couldn't make a decision here. I think Rosario sticking around for this race helps include the Tax, the 2-horse, Papa Tony the 8, Totally Tiger the 11. First-time starter. I like to take first-time starters. Jungle Boy, the 9, and a $50,000 claimer. Just go throw them all in there. It cost me $49.50. My pick 4 is 1, 2, 7 with 5, with 5, 6, 11 with all.
I'm going to start out with the 3 horses that we mentioned, 1, 2, and 7, Tina, Excellent Sunset, and Mirth in the Frankel. Going to take 2 in the Malibu or Omaha Beach, and Maniwa. 5 deep in the 10th, 1, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And then I'm going 4 deep in the last race, the maiden claimer. Totally Tigers, the win pick, running first time at this level against claiming company. But the 2 gets Rosario. The 3 took some money in the only race that it ran. And then the 9 is a first-time starter for the Gary Barber barn. So I'm going to take a shot at that one as well and use 4 horses, 2, 3, 11, 9, 2, 3, 9, 11 in the last race. So that's 3 by 2 by 5 by 4, $60 for 50 cents for me. The 7th race is a grade 1 that starts the late pick 5, and you got Bellafina as a big favorite in there. So do you look at singling Bellafina, or would you try to beat her?
Well, of course, that starts the pick 5, and that might pay a lot more than the pick 4 if you beat Bellafina. I think that the horses coming out of the Keeneland race have a shot in there. And my first pick would probably be First Star for Van Dyke. Lightly race coming out of the Raven Run last October. And I'm also going to use Bell's the 1, the 6 coming out of the same race who won the Raven Run. Hadn't been out for a while. They gave him the winter off, but Bell's the 1 in particular had a really nice workout, 48 flat for 4 furlongs on December 22nd. So I'm going to take my Keeneland horses to try to beat Bellafina in that race. You're going to use all 3 of them, but you get the 1 or the 6, that's a good start to pick 5.
I'm going to try to beat Bellafina with a horse that ran second in the Beaumont at Keeneland in the spring, which is Mother. and this horse hasn't been out since the spring, but it's from the Baffert barn, and a 3-year-old filly, coming off a layoff like this, and Baffert runs her against Bellafina in a Grade 1, suggests to me that she's showing in something good in the morning. She's had 2 bullets in December, and just on the Baffert angle and that hunch that she is showing him something because of where he has placed her, I'm going to take Mother to try and upset. I think Bell's the one, though. I was real impressed with that Raven Run win. So you could certainly include her in a shot to beat the favorite. And what you could do, if you plan to pick 5, you could single Omaha Beach, which I have a stronger opinion on maybe than Bellafina, because Bellafina had a run on 5 in the Breeders' Cup, but if you draw a line through that one, the other buyers are not that much difference than some of the ones she faces in here. So you could maybe go 3 or 4 deep in the La Brea single Omaha Beach, and if you could beat Bellafina, catch some of these others we've mentioned, it could pay pretty well. So kind of a money management strategy day at Santa Anita. Best of luck with it and the rest of the card, or wherever you are playing, as you watch the football and the basketball, and keep your Keeneland Select account funded so you can play some races as well. For Jim Goodman, I'm Tom Leach, and this is the In the Money podcast for KeenelandSelect.com.